Hey, what's up guys? It's Edward Munoz from UnleashYourChampion.com. And today's video is called, what is the energy of your being? You see guys, we can't control what's happening in the economy. We can't control the emotional moods of our husband, our wife, our children, our business partners, and certain people that we associate with on a daily basis. We cannot control those things. But the one thing that we do have control over is who we are being at that very moment. See guys, we are human beings. And when I say human beings, the human part means the flesh, right? The human part. The being is the being, the spiritual being within the flesh. So when you choose to be on the inside, powerful, happy, courageous, persistent, in the moment that you chose to be that, because it is a choice, in the moment that you chose to be that, you just set yourself up to win. It's almost like you tap into superhuman powers. I'm not saying that we are superhuman, but you have the experience of feeling like a superhuman because you chose to shift how you felt in that moment by choosing to shift who you're being on the inside. Very powerful. Very powerful. Most people just jump into action, or procrastinate. But for those people that are overachievers and they're constantly taking action, I invite you to step into a powerful way of being before you step into action. And I'm going to share with you now in a few minutes how to do that. Now, before we get into that, let's dig a little deeper in what I call the be, do, have principle. Let me clarify something. I do not call it that. That's exactly what it's called. It's called the be, do, have principle. So I did not make this up, but when I first heard about this, I started studying it, I started learning it because it started to have an impact in my life. So this is what I learned when I first heard about the be, do, have principle. See, most people want to have. They want to have nice houses, nice cars. They want to accomplish all of their goals. It's all about havingness, and they focus on havingness. And then once they focus on the havingness, they say, well, I guess now I gotta go take action. So they do, and they do a lot of stuff to go have what they want. And then they say, well, if I want to have this, then I gotta do a lot of this. And if I do a lot of this, then I'll be happy. You know, then I'll be courageous, or then I'll feel fulfilled. But it doesn't work out like that. Because if you focus on the having and then you start doing, in the hopes of someday feeling happy, in the hopes of someday feeling fulfilled, in the hopes of one day having that emotion that you thought that you were going to have by doing all those things, then it just doesn't work like that. Then you are chasing an emotion. And then when you get there, for those of you who do, reach that milestone, then you say, this is it? Like, is this it? And you have setbacks and obstacles, and life will spit at you, metaphorically speaking, and stomp you so that you don't reach that specific goal. So when things are tough, most people quit because they are chasing an emotion, a feeling that someday they will feel a certain way by doing. And then in the process, inside, they lack something. And what they lack is that very thing that they need to reach the goal. Think about that for a second. That's very powerful. You should pause this video right now, rewind, and hear that again. What they lack on the inside is that very thing that is missing to help them propel them forward and achieve that goal. So, most people do the formula backwards. Most people focus on having, then doing, then being. The be, do, have principle should be done exactly in that order. First, you choose who you're going to be on the inside. It's a choice. Again, I said that we are human beings, but the being part is a choice. And if you don't choose to be happy, to be courageous, to be honest, to be loyal, these are all ways of being. And you can do more research on YouTube on this. If you don't choose those ways of being, then by default, when you confront a challenge, by default, you will resist, you will get angry, you will get frustrated, you will get closed-minded, and instead of moving forward, now you get stopped in your tracks, and instead of being unstoppable, you are stopped, and you are, what's the word I want to use? There's no editing here, guys. Help me out. You are stopped and held back with handcuffs, made of handcuffs. It's like you're held back. you're held back by this negative way of being. Woo! There you go. I just came up with that. That is powerful. You are held back by this negative way of being. Now you can free yourself from these shackles. You can free yourself from these shackles that this negative way of being has on you. That this, it's like you feel like you're held back by shackles. You can free yourself. Click, click. Shackles are off. Boom. And the moment that you create a powerful way of being, you feel free to move forward again. Because now you're not focusing on the doing, you're not focusing on the having, you're just focusing on the being. And when you choose to be happy, it's a choice to be happy no matter what. Lose money, you're happy. You experience a separation from a business partner or a spouse, you can choose to be happy. It's a choice. I know, I've been divorced. You can go through your moments of grief. We're human beings, right? You can go through a moment of grief, a few days, sometimes a week. But then you can snap out of it and say, hey, this is my life. I only get to live it once. As they say in Hollywood, the show must continue. So you choose to be happy in spite of the economy. You choose to be happy and peaceful in spite of problems, challenges, setbacks, obstacles. And you just keep on showing up in a happy manner. Or joyful. I use the word happy, but you can use joy. You can use happiness. You can use positive energy. You can choose passion. You can choose persistence. These are different ways that you can choose to show up as your being, the being that you are generating inside. And I said the word generating because you generate that being, right? You have to choose to be that, and then you generate yourself consistently. And then when you generate yourself as that being, then you show up as that. Then people say, wow, look at Joey. He's handling this divorce or this setback or this bankruptcy or the $50,000 he lost or the $10,000 lost, you know, or he got fired or laid off. Wow, he's handling it pretty good. Wow, I look up to Joey. Wow, Joey's a champion. And you know, this is just an example. People will start to look up to you because they will be surprised by who you are choosing to be in the face of that challenge. So, be, do, have. Focus on the being. When you focus on being a certain way, and again, you can Google other ways of being, I just mentioned a few today, but if you focus on who you're going to be, then you will automatically do. Now, when you're doing, you will experience setbacks and problems and challenges, but it doesn't matter what problem shows up, you just keep on being joy, positive energy, persistent, passionate. Regardless of if this is working out or not working out, you continue being that. And eventually, whatever is in your way will dissipate. And now you can continue moving forward. And as you continue moving forward, you will reach the goal, which is the having. You will reach the goal. And it all starts with the being. Wow. The late motivational speaker, Jim Rohn, used to say, work harder on yourself than on your business. Work on your being. Then when you work on the energy of your being, which is the title of this video, then it won't matter what's happening out here, because you will continue being and showing up in life how you created yourself to be. And how you create yourself to be is who you become. Because if you be resilient consistently, regardless of what challenge comes your way, if you keep on being resilient, you become a resilient person. That's how you become resilient. So if you choose to be courageous or passionate and you are not a courageous person, you know, on a consistent basis, or you're not a passionate person on a consistent basis, you choose to be passionate, you choose to be courageous, and if you continue doing that over a period of time, then you automatically will become a courageous person. That's how it works. You continue being that way, and then you become that, and then it becomes second nature. Wow. This topic is pretty hot, right? It's pretty dope. I'm excited about what's coming in your life in the upcoming weeks as a result of putting into practice what I shared with you today. Hey guys, if I can be of service, shoot me a message. You know, find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. On Facebook, I am Edward R. Munoz. On Instagram, I am Edward R. Munoz. Send me a private message if you want to connect. Reach out to me if I can be of service, or if I can speak at one of your upcoming events, then I would love to chat with you about that. Well, have an amazing rest of the day. Bye for now. Yeah.